What if the sea wasn't just somewhere you visited once a year? What if it was just outside your window? What if waking up to this, the sound, the light, the air, wasn't a holiday? What if it was just Tuesday? There is a version of your life where you live in a foreign country, in a city by the sea, in a home that is entirely yours, and it costs less than the rent you're paying right now for a place that makes you feel nothing. That city is called Nha Trang, and I came here to find that life. Now, if you've ever thought about moving abroad, really thought about it, not just the fantasy, but the actual logistics, you know the questions start coming fast. Is it safe? Is it affordable? Can I actually work from here? Will I feel isolated? Will I find community? And most importantly, where do I even live? All valid. All real. And I'm going to answer every single one of them, because I didn't just visit Nha Trang. I came here and I found a home here. I went through the entire process, the beautiful parts and the brutal parts, so you don't have to figure it out alone. Nha Trang is a coastal city in southern Vietnam. The sea is everywhere. The weather is warm almost all year. The cost of living is a fraction of what you'd pay in Europe, the UK, or even most of India. And for those of us who need beauty around us to create, to think, to feel alive, this city has something that money alone can't manufacture. It has atmosphere, it has soul, it has this. I'm sitting right now at Lulu Cafe, one of those places that earns its reputation. Good coffee, good light, good energy. The kind of cafe that makes you feel like maybe everything is going to work out, which I needed, because finding my home in Nha Trang did not go smoothly at all. I had arrived a few days before, checked into a hotel in the north of the city, Vinh Hoa area, because everything I had read online suggested that maybe, just maybe, there would be beautiful sea-facing villas up there, the kind you see in the reels, the kind that make you book a flight. There were no such villas. Well, there were, just not for rent, and not at prices that make sense for a human being. So I started from scratch. I got on the ground, I met agents, many, many agents. And what followed was a tour of 3 completely different Nha Changs, each one teaching me something I wish someone had told me before I arrived. First thing you need to know about house hunting in Vietnam: language is not your friend here. Most agents don't speak fluent English, so you open Google Translate, type something perfectly reasonable, like, does this apartment have good water pressure? And Google Translate tells them something completely different. They look at you, you look at them, you both smile politely. A long silence follows. Nobody is sure what just happened. This is your life now. Welcome to Vietnam. So we started in the south, and I won't lie, it looked magnificent on paper. Big houses, luxury villas, swimming pools, terraces, space that makes you want to throw your arms open and spin in a circle like you're in a film. Then I asked, where is the nearest cafe? Silence. A restaurant? More silence. Anything within walking distance? The agent pointed at a 7-Eleven, 15 minutes away. No, darling, absolutely not. I didn't leave everything behind, cross continents, and choose a life of freedom, just to be trapped in a beautiful box in the middle of nowhere. The South has luxury. The South has space. The South has pools that nobody uses. What the South does not have is life. You are essentially buying 5-star isolation, the most expensive loneliness on the market. So we went north. And north had promise. There were cafes, Western cafes. I could practically smell the flat whites from the taxi. My heart was lifting, my spirits were rising. Maybe this was it? Then I started walking around. Russian signs everywhere. Russian menus. Russian conversations on every corner, which is absolutely fine. But, darling, if I wanted to be surrounded by only one culture, I would have stayed home. I moved to Vietnam for texture, for that beautiful, chaotic, magical mix of different people, different languages, different food coexisting on one street. I didn't come this far to land inside a bubble, just a different bubble than the one I left. North had cafes, but North had become its own self-contained world, and it wasn't quite my world. Then one agent, bless this person, genuinely bless them, said, "Have you seen the middle area?" I had not. We drove there, and something shifted. The way things shift when you stop looking, and something finds you instead. This is the most expensive area in Nha Trang, right by the sea. 5-star hotels on every corner. Gold Coast Mall, rooftop sky bars, luxury restaurants. And the people? A real mix. Locals, expats, digital nomads. Different languages, different cafes, different energy on every corner. You walk outside and you feel alive. Not isolated like the South. Not trapped in one bubble like the North. Just real, textured. Mine. Yes, it costs more. The most, actually. But let me tell you something. I don't just need a home. I need a studio, a creative sanctuary, a place where I can sit at my desk, make music, film content, write, and then walk 5 minutes to a cafe, breathe real air, watch real people, feel the city breathing around me. In the middle, I can do all of that. That is not luxury. That is a requirement. You are not buying square footage. You are buying your life back. So we found a house, and I walked in and I knew. The way you just know sometimes before the logic catches up. The light was right, the space was right, the view was right, everything was right. I could already see my life here, my desk by the window, my mornings, my evenings, my entire next chapter happening in this exact space. Then the agent said the owner wasn't renting, only selling. I'm not dramatic, but I did have to take a moment. And then, because the universe apparently wasn't done testing me, I discovered the foreigner tax. Yes, different prices for Vietnamese people, different prices for us. My passport apparently comes with a surcharge. Lovely. Truly. So generous of everyone. I'm not bitter. I'm fine. I'm completely fine. I went home that evening feeling quietly, tiredly defeated. The kind of tired that comes from wanting something so clearly and watching it slip away anyway. So I did what I always do when the world stops making sense. I prayed. Genuinely, honestly prayed. I said, God, if this house is meant for me, give it to me. If something is not right about it, keep me away from it. Keep it blocked. I trust you. And then my phone rang. Another agent. I have a house to show you. Same location. Something told me to go. That quiet, certain feeling that shows up right before something changes. So we went. And when we walked through that door, I stopped breathing for a second. It was the same house. The exact same house. The one I thought I had lost. The one I had already grieved. Somehow the owner had changed his mind. Somehow it came back. They said, give us the token tonight. You can move in tomorrow. And that is how I found my home in Nha Trang. Not through perfect planning. Not through endless scrolling. Through showing up. Refusing to settle. Knowing what I needed. And trusting that what is truly meant for you cannot be taken from you. The South will give you luxury and take your sanity. The North will give you cafes and take your diversity. But the middle gives you everything and asks only that you be brave enough to want it. This is my home now, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, we live my low.